inventor did something exceptionally well, which is inventing the technology. But to actually take it to the market requires a lot more skill sets. The skills of marketing, the skills of business development, the skills of finance, the skills of sales. All these things have to happen. Now, if you yourself don't bring that to the table, and nobody does, not one single individual can say, I have all these skill sets covered, then you have to bring other people. Make them stakeholders in the company. And when you make them stakeholders in the company, what is their incentive to help you grow? What is the reason why they are spending so much time and doing all the things? For a regular salary today, India offers so many other opportunities. Are they also shareholders in the company? Can you make them shareholders? Are you able to compensate them in a way that they feel that this is something, it is worth my while? I am going to make a change in my career, take a detour to help this enterprise because I think there is a huge opportunity here. So, to be able to say I am in charge of, 100% in charge of this 2 crore enterprise versus saying I am only a 50% owner of this enterprise, but this enterprise is worth 200 crores. It's a huge difference. My worth is now 100 crores versus 2 crores earlier. But the other 100 crores happens to be owned by somebody else. Well, if you have a problem with that, then obviously you have not really thought through making this into a success. But the fact is, you are happy that you got your 100, but you don't want the other 100 to be given to somebody else. But you have to, because those people complement you. Those, it should be investors. Investors, when they come in, take a part of the company. Because you did not have the money to bring into the company. They got it. So they have a value addition to this whole enterprise. That's why they came. So there is somewhere in between all is a happy balance, and the happy balance is something that you have to determine, along with the mentors, with the advisors that you trust, that can actually go through this whole process. So that is what we do as part of our mentoring process. It's a very involved process. We spend a lot of time, and we help the inventor, entrepreneur think through all these things so that they feel comfortable with every decision that they make, and they feel that they are actually going to the best possible optimal solution that they can get to. Now, at the same time, I wouldn't say that mentors have all the answers. We have enough grey hair and scar tissue to say, okay, don't make the mistakes I made. You may make different mistakes, but we'll work through that together. So that is what the whole process of mentoring is, and therefore, once you have the right idea and a very, very vibrant business model, getting in money is not a problem. As much as we may have been told by the newspapers and others that getting money is a problem, it really is not. It is to have that business that is so very interesting and be able to project that, articulate that in a fashion that everybody gets interested by that. So, for example, I was telling Mahesh this morning, if these two inventors who are going to be coming to TIE, I can guarantee you that there will be several people who are interested. Not because it's an interesting invention, because it is something that has been proven on the ground. So technology risk has been taken out, marketing risk has been taken out, and as part of this whole exercise, they're getting a platform at which people are just looking at that and saying, how can I jump onto this bandwagon and be a partner and be a beneficiary of this? Because the entrepreneur, the inventor is already driving the train, so you want to be on the train. So that is, I think, the notion which we want to create amongst entrepreneurs, being a fellow entrepreneur, being a fellow technologist, to actually help be in control of the journey that you're going to take, so that everybody else becomes, your supporting actors and make that happen. So I know this is a lot of just general things. What I was hoping is if there is anybody here in the audience who wants to volunteer, if you want to come up and just talk about your invention, what is your commercialization plan, if you want to build an enterprise around it, I could just walk you through the whole process.
You can request but you don't want to commercialize yourself, you want license. Those who want to commercialize, I think probably need a good example where I think there is another. Somebody wants to commercialize oneself. See, if you want somebody else to commercialize, that's not just fill out. You have to get a model where the person who has developed the technology wants to become entrepreneur. If you don't want to leave the industry, then it is not right. If you want,
let me go through the entire journey. So licensing is one part of it, but if you are able to build a whole enterprise around it.
Somebody who you are getting to.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
No, just talk.
Just talk.
What did you say, talk?
You can explain. You want technology, you can explain. You imagine that if there is an investor or somebody who has a doubt too.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
They
did you
will not
do?
be at the time.
How much time do I have? Do you have time to...
We have time to take 6:30.
You have about 15 minutes.
Okay, that's enough.
No, for you. You need to the whole thing.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Now I have a technology where I have developed a prototype which is an alternative for a medical device which has already been used for the last 50 years. The available devices cost minimum 12.5 lakhs to 25 lakhs today. What I have developed would cost less than 10,000 rupees, including the marketing expenditure. Apart from that, this particular device,
How do you say marketing?
okay, this is based on whatever I have discussed with a couple of friends who are in business.
You leave that. Okay. That part again.
Okay. Okay. So it is on the face of it looks very cheap because
What is available in the market in average is about 1 lakh.
12.5 lakhs minimum.
12.5.
The one which is most popular is about 25 lakhs.
Okay. And then what you have costs only about 10,000 rupees.
I can tell you the manufacturing cost of each product once the molds are made would be about 500 rupees. It just includes 7 pieces of plastic, small pieces of plastic. And what is this device is? This is a device which helps to place a needle inside the body through the skin based on the information that we have got on a CT scan or an MRI. A CT scan or an MRI tells us where the problem is. It tells us which is the safest part to put the needle, and this device helps us to place that needle into the knee. So this saves money for the, let's say, health sector where everything is paid by the government.